The Khmer civilization, which reached its peak between the 9th and 13th centuries, possessed a sophisticated understanding of time, space, and the cosmos. Angkor Wat, built during the reign of Suryavarman II, early 12th century, displays a mastery of geometry and astronomy that cannot be dismissed as coincidence. The temple is aligned to the west with pinpoint precision, an unusual feature for Hindu temples. But this is not an oversight. During the equinoxes, the sun rises and sets directly above the central tower, creating a perfect visual effect. This is travel in history, where every mystery has a story and every story hides a deeper secret. Join us as we explore strange facts, dark legends, and the questions no one dares to ask. If you're curious, brave, and love a good mystery, you're in the right place. Subscribe and let the journey begin. Scholar Eleanor Manica, author of Angkor Wat, Time, Space, and Kingship, 1996, has documented dozens of astronomical alignments embedded in the structure linked to solar and lunar events. The temple's dimensions appear to be based on symbolic units. For example, the total length of the interior perimeter is approximately 1,296 meters, a number that, according to Manica, represents the duration of the Kali Yuga, the current age according to Hindu cosmology. Each corridor, each tower, has measurements that correspond to celestial cycles. One of the most shocking aspects emerges when observing the entire sacred area of Angkor, not just Angkor Wat. In 1997, researchers Graham Hancock and John Grigsby published an analysis, in the book Heaven's Mirror, that suggests a fascinating hypothesis. The layout of the main temples in the Angkor region closely follows the constellation of Draco, Dragon, but as it appeared in the sky in 10,500 BC. This date is no coincidence. It also appears in Egypt, where the three pyramids of Giza are aligned with Orion's belt, again based on the position of the stars in 10,500 BC. The same pattern is repeated in other parts of the world: Tiwanaku in Bolivia, Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, and Nabta Playa in Egypt. All these sites share a common astronomical fact. They represent the sky of an ancient era, thousands of years before the birth of the civilizations that would, in theory, have built them. Passed down knowledge or a lost legacy. Hence the question arises, did the Khmers discover everything on their own, or did they inherit ancient knowledge passed down from previous eras? Official theory. The ancient Khmers were great observers of the sky. Like many agrarian civilizations, they based their calendars on lunar and solar cycles. The priests, called Brahmins, were tasked with following the stars to determine the dates of rites, sowings, and religious festivals. It is likely that, over time, they developed a very accurate empirical knowledge, integrated with sacred Hindu texts. But there is also another possibility. Some archaeoastronomers hypothesize that Angkor Wat, like other megalithic temples, is part of a network of global astronomical markers built at specific points on Earth based on a forgotten celestial map. This knowledge may have survived a catastrophic global event, such as the so-called Younger Dryas impact, about 12,800 years ago, hypothesized to have caused climate collapse. The myth of Atlantis, tales of the Indian Satya Yuga, pre-Columbian legends. They all speak of a lost golden age, when humans lived in harmony with the sky, and then fell. Perhaps Angkor Wat is a sign left in that passage. But why build such complex monuments just to honor the gods? Ancient civilizations did not separate science and spirituality. The gods were the forces of the cosmos. The constellations were living beings, eternal symbols. Building a temple wasn't just about erecting a place of worship. It was about writing heaven on earth. Angkor Wat, with its 5 levels and 5 towers, represents Mount Meru, the axis of the universe according to Hinduism. Each surrounding structure symbolizes oceans, continents, visible and invisible worlds. The entire temple is a symbolic miniature of the universe. Aligning the temple with the stars was, therefore, an act of cosmic balancing, a way to maintain the connection between the human and the divine, between what moves in the sky and what is reflected on the earth. Angkor Wat is not just a monument of the past, it is a code, a message engraved in stone by a civilization that knew the sky, honored it, and perhaps feared it. Whether astronomical knowledge was passed down by priests, inherited from previous cultures, or left by a lost civilization, that knowledge is there and has been crying out silently for centuries before the eyes of those who know how to observe. The sky never forgets. And Angkor Wat, perhaps, was built precisely to remind us of this. If you know more or have theories, let us know in the comments. We read them all. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more mysteries like this one.